Hey, over there. Yes, I mean you.
Hello. Now that Mr. Braddock has gathered your attention, in this video I will be discussing character arc within the storytelling of film. More specifically, I would like to examine what works as a catalyst for the character's arc or change within the story and how filmmakers may portray this arc or change. I will be taking a closer look at the film The Graduate, directed by newcomer Mike Nichols in the year 1967, a personal favorite of my own. The film follows the newly college graduate, Benjamin Braddock, played by Dustin Hoffman. He is the character we'll be taking a closer look at. But before we get into the film, what exactly is character arc? To put it simply, character arc is defined by a character who begins as one sort of person, and then through events or things happening around him or her, the character becomes a different type of person. Think of it as a seesaw. Imagine your basic film protagonist as the apple in this illustration. The apple starts at one end of the seesaw, then as the apple begins to climb the seesaw, it will reach a peak. And at this peak, the seesaw will tip over and the apple ends up on the other side. The apple beginning on one side and ending up on another represents the journey of a character in film, starting as one type of person and ending as another. A lot of time in film there is a large emphasis on the before and the after. At times the middle, the peak, or the catalyst for this change is overlooked. This is what I want to take a closer look at. Some good examples of character arc in film can be examined in American History X and The Godfather. In American History X, we watch Edward Norton's character, Derek, transform from a racist, unstable, violent, neo-Nazi skinhead into an ethical, stable, and moral character. His point of change is shown through his interactions in jail with a black inmate. The dialogue they share together as they work laundry duty shows his point of change. In The Godfather, we are introduced to Al Pacino's character, Michael Corleone, as a man who wants to steer clear of a life of crime and live an honest life. But in the end of the film, we watch him become immersed into a violent mafia life. This transition is caused by the attempted murder of his father, aka the Godfather. So, what's going on with our man Ben? In the beginning of the film, Ben is timid, nervous, anxious, and confused. But at the same time, he is rational. In the opening credits of the film, Ben is shot stationary on a moving platform, appearing calm and composed. In the end of the film, he is shown running like a madman. In the end of the film, Ben changes into a man of action, making rash decisions without any thought of the consequences that may be ahead of him. But what exactly is Ben's issue that propels him into this change? Nothing substantial truly happens to him throughout the movie. He doesn't really engage in any noteworthy dialogue with anyone, and his father doesn't get shot. So, what makes Ben change from this?
If you won't sleep with me this time, I want you to know that you can call me up anytime you want and we'll make some kind of an arrangement. Did you understand what I said?
Let me out.
Did you understand what I said?
Yes, let me out.
I find you very attractive.
To this.
Well, I guess
Don't move.
The answer is pressure. But never once does Ben speak of this pressure. Nichols, the director, is able to cleverly display this pressure with visual storytelling. Nichols using some of the most creative forms of framing that can be seen in film. He frames our protagonist Ben in a way that shows him constantly being pressured by the things around him, pressured by the adults around him, especially his parents, pressured by the sexual temptations in his life. Even the objects around him convey pressure. All the pressure on Ben leads up to one point in the film where he finally reaches his point of change. In this scene, Mike Nichols takes audience members to the point of view of Benjamin. In order to feel the sense of suffocating pressure that he is feeling, Ben is put into a claustrophobic scuba suit by request of his parents, a representation of their need to have a tight control on Benjamin. His parents are forcing him into the pool just like they are forcing him into their expectations. We watch from Ben's perspective as his father literally pushes him underwater, metaphorically drowning him. The suffocating pressure becomes too much for Ben as he sits at the bottom of the pool, and something changes in him. And the sound of silence is disrupted by a phone call. A phone call he makes to Mrs. Robinson. And well, the rest is history. Director Mike Nichols expertly navigates the complicated story arc of Benjamin Braddock in The Graduate, using creative visuals that changes the meaning of showing and not telling.